I'm the sheriff of Hennepin County and will continue to be. But I've never been on this side of the law. I've always been on the other side, one of the good guys.
And new at 9 tonight, Hennepin County Sheriff Dave Hutchinson opens up to Fox 9 after a drunk driving crash, saying that he has no plans to step down. The sheriff was behind the wheel of a county SUV when he rolled the vehicle on the interstate near Alexandria earlier this month.
He has since pleaded guilty to drunk driving charges, and now Hutchinson says he's trying to rebuild trust with the community. Our Paul Bloom spoke to the sheriff one-on-one tonight, and Paul, the sheriff says he isn't going anywhere.
Amy and Kelsey, as you know, several activist groups, also some Hennepin County residents, have demanded quite passionately here that Sheriff Hutchinson steps down right away. They want accountability and wonder how the county's top cop can lead after driving drunk and rolling a county-owned taxpayer-purchased vehicle. But tonight, the first-term sheriff, as you saw, is out of the hospital, back on the job, and ready to use what he calls a tragic mistake to be a better public safety leader.
This incident on December 8th is not Dave Hutchinson. That was a mistake I made, a horrible mistake that I'll never forget. But I'm going to regain the trust of the people I serve.
Sheriff Hutchinson, embarrassed, apologetic, humbled, yet vowing to serve out the remainder of his term and even run for re-election next year, despite a frightening single-vehicle drunk driving crash here along I-94 earlier this month that the State Patrol has said the 41-year-old was lucky to survive.
What happened that day was the worst day of my adult life, and I never want to be in that position again. And by the grace of God, I'm still here.
Hutchinson, still in obvious pain, sat down for a one-on-one interview inside City Hall on Sunday evening. He broke several ribs and suffered a concussion when he rolled his county-issued SUV near Alexandria. Hutchinson, who had just attended a statewide law enforcement conference, admits drinking too much at a hospitality event in the evening and then went restless in his room attempting to drive home. He rolled the vehicle at approximately 2:30 a.m. His blood alcohol set to be 0.13, the legal limit 0.08. The sheriff quickly pleading guilty to drunk driving charges and checking himself into outpatient treatment.
I've never been the guy to say, okay, I've had enough. So that's kind of where I'm going through with treatment is what I think of an alcoholic is someone who drinks every day, wakes up, has a drink, or every single day drinks. And I'm not one of those guys, but you can still have problems with alcohol and drink once a month. But if you're binge drinking, it's as big a problem as consuming every day. And bad decisions have been alcohol's kind of backbone for a long time. And at this stage of my life, I just don't need it.
Did you get any special treatment during this process?
Absolutely not. I have no special treatment. I don't know who the attorney in Douglas County. I've never met him. I hired an attorney. We came up with a plan. Their county attorney and a judge approved it. I've been treated like anybody else. In fact, you know, if I wasn't in this level, probably wouldn't have had as much attention. I chose to do this. I made a mistake. I'm facing the consequences, and I'll have to live with the consequences for the rest of my life.
Physical embarrassment.
Physical, mental embarrassment. I mean, I feel horrible. Every day I wake up, I think, man, I wish I could relive that day, but I can't.
Holding yourself accountable, how do you go about doing that?
Again, I think I have. You know, I pled guilty to the charge because I was guilty. Again, wasting time in the court process happens a lot. We all need to be accountable. Police officers, deputies, the community, people who commit crimes. Right now, they're not being held accountable. They need to face tougher consequences for hurting people, carjacking, shooting people. It's unacceptable. What I did is unacceptable. But again, we have to get to a point where people are held accountable.
And you heard the sheriff right there. He really wants to get back to the task at hand, and first and foremost, he says, is helping his agency tackle the violent crime plaguing some Hennepin County communities right now. Amy and Kelsey, one other final point I did want to make is we're getting a lot of questions about it, social media and the like, and that is he is working with the county and its insurer to make sure there are no taxpayer-funded costs with smashing up a tens of thousands of dollars SUV that he totaled. So he's on the hook for that, he promised.
Okay. All right, Paul. Thank you.